Every now and then there's a technology change that has to happen. Not only for us, but for the world, I think.
We've always been careful about doing it our way. We would really like to make it work.
I'm totally amazed that it all works.
Pretty amazing.
Amazing? I found it a brilliant concept.
It's so simple, it's almost borderline genius.
I would say almost genius.
When we created Reason, one of the important things was to really create an environment that worked and that got out of the way from people's music making. There were some great things in plugins that we were kind of envious of. But then again, we felt that there were some things that were fundamentally wrong with how plugins are implemented.
For certain, I understood why they didn't choose VST. After having worked with it for a few years, I mean, you know, it's not a well-defined standard.
What we face as developers, we have PC version and Mac version.
You've got hosts that, you know, continually evolve and change. You've got formats.
There's always a time in the year when software gets updated and things stop working.
That means that you need to stop updating your operating system because it might break something, and that's counterproductive, isn't it?
If you run them in your regular host, it can crash your host.
Not acceptable in my book.
You're constantly like fighting against the people that makes the operating system and the formats.
That's a battle. That's a real big battle.
And nothing's changed. Yeah.
We have nearly as many testing staff as we do development staff. If you added plugin support like that to Reason, then Reason would not be what makes it unique anymore.
Reason has something to it which is unique.
A more graceful, integrated, dedicated solution is something that's really attractive to us.
I remember talking to them and saying, if I could make a plugin that only works in Reason, then I would do that.
There's flaws in any technology, if it's a car or a computer, and you get used to it and you work around it. Every now and then something comes along that's significantly better, and that's when you look back and see, like, geez, how did I put up with that stuff?
If Propellerheads was going to do something, it was going to be different.
Rack Extensions takes all the good things about plugin technology and then marries that to all the good things that are Reason.
So for us, it was a really logical extension to what we were already doing. We kind of went, yep.
Okay.
This is pretty good. We want to make something out of it.
What can we do in this? When can we do it?
When we say that rack extensions are full citizens in the Reason rack, we mean that they can take advantage of all the stuff that we put in, and that is an everyday thing for a Reason musician.
People, if they use Reason, they learn that things are connected.
There's this one thing you can patch from one plugin into the other.
Hit the tab button, turn everything around, interconnect everything.
Flip to the backside, that's where the magic is.
It's really quite awesome.
It's very easy on the one side and very powerful at the other side.
Suddenly you can do a lot of stuff with our plugins that you couldn't do before.
And also, rack extensions will be able to be a part of combinator patches, utilizing the programmer, the way that the rotaries can control parameters.
We designed Reason as a full program, and then it's supposed to have all those standard things like undo and have them work on everything. And with plugins, they don't.
I have undo in my products, but you have to go to my undo in my little menu inside my plugin. You can't hit Command Z.
Actually, what happens in a plugin system is if you hit undo, what's been done is the creation of the plugin. It's actually going to disappear. Any little thing like that distracts them from the actual task, which is making a song.
In terms of stability, the rack extension environment is sandbox. If it crashes, it does not crash Reason.
Even if a rack extension stops working for one reason or another, it's just going to go silent.
You know, it just tells you, do you want to save your song? Yes, please.
The Propellerhead shop will be a place where all the rack extensions existing in the world will reside.
Everything that's available on the market.
Just go to the mall with your shopping bag and you pull a little Sonic Charge, pull a little Yuhi.
You click try and then that starts the download. It's a one-click process. And then you can compose your own rack depending on your needs.
If you're on a roll, if you're a producer or creating a track, and you go, I could just do with that.
Press a button and then try it out without any hassle at all.
Propellerheads have just continued to do what they normally do. Make the technology disappear. Just focus in on making music.
The rack extension license live along the Reason 6 license on your key or on your user account.
The beauty of the system is that when you download Reason 6.5, you can feel confident that your rack extensions will be there and that they'll work. And then in 10 years, when you download Reason 15, you can get your rack extensions and they will still work.
Cross-platform, everything works. It makes it usable in any case.
Completely logical and perfect.
Thumbs up.
We're a small company, but we have got a gazillion of products. I want to put as many as possible in there. The funny thing about the future of rack extension is that almost every day we have new ideas.
We're always drawing stuff to each other. It looks like this, it must work like this.
We wanted to make the plugins that we want to use ourselves. We need an 1176, of course. They were made in 1176.
We're going to have an 1176?
I mean, it's a major leap for Reason. Productions which will come out of Reason will sound totally different. Once we have completed, for instance, the Predator, you get Predator inside of it.
Reason is special application for me. Yeah, I think it's like a dream for engineer.
The Trident A-range equalizer, it sounds like nothing else.
Bitspeak, I did the first port and had it working like 4 hours.
Buffer, it's a beat repeater. Once people try this out, they'll see how much fun and how creative it is.
The Ubics were the obvious choice because they already have this kind of format.
The first thing we're going to be doing looks a little bit like Etch, our new filter plugin. That's the first one.
This is early, you know, this is kind of, we're here at the beginning of something. It's that pioneering spirit that I just love. It's almost like an addiction.
We'll be making more. We'll be making quite a few more.
Each of these instruments has personality. That is what inspires me and I believe other musicians. My advice is to really go out there and try every single one of those.
It's still going to have that kind of Propellerheads ethos.
Reason remains Reason.
But now it opens.
I just can't wait for it to get out there. I can't wait to try everything.